And you know where I ended up? I just gotta go back to what I know. I literally don't even know where to begin with this video. I feel like I need to explain like what happened here. I started this video hoping to find the perfect friends to lovers book because that's what I was craving. So that's why I keep talking about friends to lovers in like the first like 4 or 5 books I read in this video. It just wasn't happening. Like it just was not happening. I was getting desperate. So you're gonna see partway through this video, I really abandoned the whole friends to lovers train. We hopped off. It was giving dauntless transfer. And then I just lowered my standards to just needing a 5-star read. Which I know is not that low. I say low standard and the standard is actually the tip of the Eiffel Tower, but I just wanted a 5-star read, and so I ended up turning this video into what you guys are seeing, which is this video ends when I find a 5-star. Partway through I was like, let's abandon ship and then we're just gonna do that instead. That is why I was acting like that in the beginning, like a fool. Okay, we're gonna go back to that, to the beginning of this. Let me just pause the Vampire Diaries. Rewatching season 1, duh. Everyone, it's Sunny, welcome back. Welcome back to a new video. Okay, if you watched a previous video of mine where I like reading all these like TikTok books, then you know that I read Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. Can we just take a second? And because of that, I'm like, wait, I need to fill this hole in my heart. So this video is gonna be me trying to find the best friends to lovers book ever. My hair is so crazy. Don't worry, she'll settle down. I'm just gonna start reading one and then we'll just see where it goes. The first one called Private Label by Kelly Yang. I'll keep you updated. By the way, I feel like it's also worth it to mention that, you know, DNFing and some people who like can't DNF for their life, whatever that gene is, I have the opposite of that gene. I will literally DNF things like it's my job. So yeah, fair warning. Okay, hi everyone. Almost halfway through Private Label. Of course, right when I was trying to read a book for a new video, that was when my e-reader decided to break. It was my fault. Okay, so yeah, I'm halfway through Private Label. Now, I like the story. Our main characters, Serene and then Leanne, and they're both like in this majority white town, which real recognizes real. And it's like both of them being in this white town and both of them are like going through some stuff. Like Serene's mom is just diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and then we have Leanne and is having a terrible time obviously because of what racism. He loves stand-up comedy and wants to like do stand-up, but his parents don't like it. So he starts like this fake club at his school to look good on like his college application, but actually like no one's gonna show up because it's a Chinese club, and so he can just practice his stand-up comedy. But Serene actually shows up because she is trying to find her long lost estranged father back in Beijing. Of course, I like the storyline. I will always love an Asian storyline. Also, this one hits really close to home because only Asian girl in a white school, the biggest character builder of your life. If you know, you know. Not the friends to lovers that I thought it was. Leanne has been liking Serene like ever since the beginning for low-key no reason. And then it's like through these like meetings that she's like, oh, like he's like a bit cuter than I thought. But you know what? She has a boyfriend. And obviously we don't love the boyfriend, but like she's still in a relationship and I don't condone like emotional cheating. Like, I think that she should break up with him first. That is kind of like irking me. But let me read you something. I literally highlighted this line. I lean my head against Leanne's shoulder, feeling so content sitting in the middle of this town with a guy who actually cares about me. A guy who actually cares? Is that the bare minimum? Is that the standard? Like, what? That's not even a friend. Like, if she is like feeling this for the first time, like, oh wow, so he really cares about me. What is your boyfriend doing? In my opinion, the things that Leanne is doing is not even that romantic. Like, he's just being a nice person. I don't know if I'm gonna finish this, who knows? But it's definitely not the friends to lovers I was looking for, so I definitely need to try another one. Oh my gosh, this guy is so blue. That is like the ground and I'm up here. I have a terrifying fear of height. Thought it'll be worth it for this view, and it totally is. I'm moving on top of a castle. And I actually started reading, come on, what is it called? It's called The Rest of the Story by Sarah Dessen. It's like the perfect summer read. I wish I was by the beach actually, but I just got to the part where she like meets her childhood best friend again, Rue. I'm picturing him as the actor who plays Jeremiah from The Summer I Turned Pretty. Okay, so very quickly, I want to take a moment to thank the sponsor of this video, which is Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning platform, and you may know Skillshare for its classes on like photography and lifestyle, video editing, illustration, but they also have so many classes that are like career oriented / goal focused, which is definitely something that I need in my life as I enter grad school and all these like new opportunities that are coming my way. Personally, a big one for me is self-care. That is just like the basis for like everything else in your life. You can't really do anything until you take care of yourself, which is why I've been so obsessed with this class on Skillshare. Creative mindfulness, easy exercises to find magic and inspiration everywhere. It's by Dan Liu. He just like walks you through a lot of different exercises deep listening, slow looking, like all these kind of things. I feel like I spend literally 90% of my thoughts thinking about the past and thinking about the future. When those things literally don't even exist, my mind started getting so busy with thoughts where mindfulness was like the only option for me. And so this has been an incredible class. If you have the same issues, if you're an overthinker, if you have anxiety, if you're easily overwhelmed, mindfulness, I highly recommend checking it out. Luckily for you guys, the first 1,000 people to click the link in my description will be able to have a 1-month free trial of Skillshare Premium. I highly recommend just going and browsing for a month. So yeah, be sure to click the link in my description, and thank you again to Skillshare for sponsoring. Look, I finally came in. I know I was saying that I was reading the rest of the story by Sarah Dustin. I ended up stopping that book yet again, another DNF. Not because it wasn't like a good book or anything, but just because I don't think it was like what I was looking for. It's a really good summer read, I think, but I think it made me upset the fact that I was not by a beach or on yachts. Like, it's giving Outer Banks. I just think I didn't really like any of the characters. It just like wasn't like that deep of a story, I feel like, in the way that I was like looking for. Like, I didn't love any of the characters. There's like a big group of friends in it, and I couldn't keep track of like who was who. All their personalities were like really similar. It just wasn't what I was looking for. My arm's getting tired. It wasn't really like giving really close friends. Rue and Emma were basically like inseparable when they're kids, and they obviously come back together when they're like 17 or something, but they're pretty much strangers. Like, so they didn't really have that like close friendship that I was like hoping for. But I did pick up a book called Each Night Was Illuminated, and I'm already 50% of the way through the book. I don't know if it's just like a short book. I have to say, like, this is the only book that I'm at the halfway through mark that I'm like down to keep reading it, so that's something. Am I just difficult and like a picky reader? Okay, sorry, I have standards. Your main character, shoot, I forget what her name is. Is it Cassie? Okay, well, actually, we'll get into that because that goes into my only critique about this book, which is that I think the main character is like the least interesting part about this book. Like, she low-key doesn't have a personality, but it's okay because it's offset by the fact that the friend in this is this boy named Elias. You start out in their like childhood when they were like 8 years old. Both of them watch like this train crossing this bridge, and the bridge breaks. See this train like fall into the water, and like 6 people died in that wreck. And now we see them when they're like 17 years old. They kind of lost contact because Elias kept like writing to Cassie, but she never wrote back, and like they reunite, but he's like ghost hunting. Well, first of all, everyone's like, damn, Elias got hot. And one thing about Cassie is that she has insomnia, and so she's like the only one up at that time, so they end up like going ghost hunting and stuff together. I love Elias. I think he's so quirky. It reminds me of like the Raven Boys, but Cassie is not. She's really not delivering. I feel like her personality is very much just like soft tofu, like giving egg white. That is like my least favorite part, but I like the dynamic. I like the setting. They're kind of like secret friends. Like, no one knows that they're like doing this together. Pretty sure there's like a scene in here where he literally says like, oh, don't worry, like I'm not gonna hit on you, like you're not even my type. At the beginning, I'm like hoping that changes a little bit, and we'll see if this ends up being the perfect friends to lovers, and I can end this video. Okay, oh my god. Last night, I finished, what was it called? Each Night Was Illuminated. I mean, like I said, it was definitely like a good book. Like, I liked it. Part 1 was more of the part that I enjoyed, like them going on their little ghost hunts. But then part 2, like, Elias is gone. Like, he's not there. So in the latter half, it was just like not about that at all. It was not the perfect friends to lovers that I was like looking for in this video. So we are gonna have to like go find another one. Then I'm gonna try reading Swear on This Life by Renee Carlino. I think that it's about kind of like second chance type of situation where like there's a time jump. Character starts reading like this book about like these childhood friends to lovers, and then realizes that it's the story about her childhood friend to lover. So that sounds actually really amazing. I have high hopes for this. Hi everyone, I'm officially about 1/3, 30% of the way through Swear on, is it called Swear on This Life? My toxic trait is that I genuinely don't remember the titles of any of the books that I read. They're like already together, like in the past. So it's not like a drawn out friends to lovers like I was hoping for, but I still think this has like strong 4 or 5-star potential. And I swear that this video is not ending without me finding a 5-star. We have our main character. Her name is Emmeline, I think. Her best friend when she was younger was named Jason Culbertson. And the characters in the book are called Emerson and Jackson. So points for creativity. Both of them are from a very like hard home life, and that's kind of like how they bonded and like found solace in each other. And then this man is capitalizing on this. Like, I would be mad too. Obviously there's gonna be like a good explanation for it, most probably, but right now I'm like, girl, I get it. There's literally a line in this book that, let me find it. "You're my best friend," I said to him. And then he says, "I'm so in love with you." Like, one night he wakes, pauses, and
said, "You're my best friend." He is in love. Silence.
It's truly a Taylor Swift song for every situation. This has video ending potential. Okay, hi everyone. So I did just finish Around This Life by Renee Carlino. I had to say that I thought that this was gonna be like a 5-star book, but it ended up being like I was gonna say 3-star, but I want to say a 3.5 star because like they had me in the first half. Things started going downhill because I just was getting so frustrated, and I understand that this was like kind of the point of the book, but I was getting so frustrated that she just wasn't finishing the book. She reads it in chapters and stuff like that, right? So we get to see it in chapters, and she's like has all these emotions. No, I don't want to see him. I don't want to see him. And they're like, well, did you finish the book? And she's like, no. Finish the book! Obviously there's something at the end that is gonna like make you go back to him, and obviously we know that, and it's like trying to prolong it, but I was honestly like, what are we doing here? Even when she does meet him and she's like upset, like how could she do this? Like she's like, well, did you finish the book? And she's like, no. There's literally like 2 chapters left, like girl, finish the book. So then obviously there's this big anticipation for like what the book's ending is gonna be, and I thought that I was like guessing it, and I'm like, okay, this is the ending that I think it is. Like this could salvage the book. It wasn't. I feel like the ending was like, it just felt like a cop-out. This is not a 5-star, and I was really hoping that was gonna be. And you know where I ended up? I just gotta go back to what I know. I caved and I decided that I'm gonna pick up The Do-Over by Lynn Painter. This entire video started because I needed to find a book that was like as good as better than the movies by Lynn Painter. I felt like it would be such a cop-out if I just like pick up this book. So I was trying other things, but you know what? So many of you guys in my comment section were saying how amazing this book was. And I was like, okay, bye. It's about a girl who keeps reliving the worst day of her life on Valentine's Day. Like her boyfriend cheats on her. So every time she like relives this life, I think she also like meets this guy. And then that's what this book is about. Anyway, in Lynn Painter, we trust. Okay, I just came back from the grocery store and it's really windy outside, so that's why I look like this. I finished The Do-Over this morning, and sad to say that A, it is not a 5-star, and B, I definitely didn't like it as much as better than the movies. Okay, let me set you down. And I'm literally popping an Asian squat for you guys. Happy Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. No matter how much of like a workaround or how bad like the partner is, like I hate a cheating trope. I think that is probably the thing that bothered me the most. Even though there were like problems in the relationship, she was still with her boyfriend at the time that she was like starting things with Nick. I just might not like this plot element of like Groundhog Day, like reliving the same day over and over, because it stresses me out. Obviously there's gonna be a day where they're like do whatever they want for that day, and you already know that the day that they wreak the most havoc, that is gonna be the day tomorrow comes. You already know that that's gonna happen. I just need a man who's straight out of a Lynn Painter novel. It's the casual acts of chivalry. Gives her his jacket like every single day without fail. Gives her a ride to school, gives her his jacket, and I'm like, you're literally fine as hell. Like, are you joking? He was definitely my favorite part about this book. Just his character. Oh my gosh. Like, just his character. I would want to marry him, period. Cute moments should have been cute. All I'm thinking about is like, break up with your boyfriend. Like, you are emotionally cheating. Literally just because of that. Oh my god, my feet are starting to fall asleep. Still on the hunt for a 5-star book. Okay, I'm sorry, as per usual. Vampire Diaries playing in the background. Here to update you that after a night of deliberation, I've decided that I'm gonna go back to what I know, which is the Addicted Calorie Sister series, A Long Way Down. I'm 60% of the way through it. Hopefully it's a 5-star. I'm not sure at this point. Okay, so oh, look at the campfire roaring in the back. The epilogue? I didn't think that would cry. I look so busted. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be such a mess when I read Some Kind of Perfect. Unfortunately, I just like, I don't know if I can rate it a 5-star. If anyone has like read this book, then you know that Reich, specifically my favorite character of all of the core 6 and the hottest, finest man ever, he literally goes through the most traumatic thing ever in this book. And I wish that they had like spent more time really like getting into that and like seeing his entire healing process. There was just like a big time jump and it was like, oh, well, he's like more healed now. But I wish that we had gone to the nitty gritty of it, because that is like what I love most about these books, is like common humanity. So I wish that we had talked more about like the trauma and like the healing and grief. However, the epilogue, I think that I'll rate it a 4 or 4.5. That means this video is still going on then. Putting you down here because I want to eat these. So I was trying to decide what book I wanted to read next. I've decided that I'm going to actually continue the next book in the Shatter Me series. I made a whole video of me binge reading like the first half of this series. So this is the 4th book. There's a side couple that everyone is obsessed with. I literally better be obsessed with them. I feel like I need to go on Pinterest, search up Erin Warner, or go on TikTok and search up Erin Warner because people do not play around. I feel like that will like actually fix my life. I am now 50% of the way through Restore Me, and it's getting a little bit spicy. A lot of revelations are gonna happen. Also, I love Erin Warner. There's only one correct answer in this series. It's Erin Warner. I love like a man who can speak multiple languages. Like that will really get me. Kenji and Nazira, I think they're the couple that everyone kept telling me I need to keep reading for, and they finally met, and it's really cute. I will admit that. It gives me like Schmidt and Cece vibes from New Girl. The dynamic of like Kenji falling first and Nazira like not being interested at all. But I love Schmidt and Cece from New Girl, and I'm very excited for that too. So finally back. Happy to say that this video is finally gonna end, because yes, I finished Restore Me last night, and you know what? I feel like I actually could have like loved it like even more if I wasn't already spoiled about some of the things that happen in it. I don't know why. I feel like I need to stay off of Pinterest. That's my issue. I'm a Pinterest hoe. Obviously, Tahira Mafi's writing, her writing is very distinct. Almost like poetic. It really gives like main character energy. So fast paced. I literally love Kenji with all my heart. Tell me how to be this man's best friend. Like I actually... like, just give me one shot. Just give me 5 minutes of your time. Of course, my favorite couple in this book are like the only POC characters, as I should. Seeing him whipped for Nazira is honestly so cute. Like, he is a lover, not a fighter. I literally love that man so much. I can just tell that they're gonna be stealing the show from me, as they should. The last like 15% of this book, like, what the hell is that? Plot twist after plot twist after plot twist. Like I said, I was already spoiled about, I think, one of the major plot twists. Actually, they were all major plot twists. I don't know what I'm talking about. The entire thing, I was just like... and it just kept going. Like, it wouldn't stop. There was, like, no breathing room. I felt so bad for Juliet. Oh my god, that girl was having the worst day of her life. So was Erin Warner. He was also having the worst day of his life. That man is so fine, though. He's the white boy that I want on my roster. I want it to be Erin Warner. And like I said, like, look at how long this video was. Like, I need 5-star books, please. If you guys have any recommendations for like your 5-star books that you were like obsessed with, like, please, you have to tell me, and I will give you my firstborn. Subscribe down below if you haven't already. Follow me on my socials. They're all linked in the description. I'll see you all in the next one.